Please listen to this movie which covers what is going to happen in the first session of the module. However, you should also download and save the slides from the Blackboard site. The reason for this is there is a lot of detail in these slides which you cannot possibly be expected to remember. Also, you are not expected to write down the material on the slides since you will already have a copy of those slides available to you. Let's start by seeing what's going to happen on the module. We start with the module aims. The first aim relates to transferable and business skills. These are going to be important to you. They cover such things as time management, reading, writing, speaking and listening. While you might think you're quite skilled at all these, there is always something for all of us to learn in these areas. Secondly, you need to develop an awareness of the limitations of public information. This means don't believe everything you read and hear, and work out how to discern the right from the wrong in material you come across. The third aim relates to your ability to manage the numbers. These will be important to you and you need to be confident in being able to manage quantitative data. The fourth aim relates to your ability to present material and to use the appropriate software. You will become skilled in using the main computer tools, and we will pick these up and examine these in detail as we move through the module. The final aim is a bit hard to understand, but what it really means is acquiring nous, being aware of what is happening around you. The module teaching program is basically framed around a 2-hour seminar every week. For most weeks you will meet your tutor in the room in which the seminars are held and you will work through various tasks. Some weeks, weeks 6, 12, 18 and 24 I think it is, will be GIS weeks. GIS stands for Guided Independent Study and is an opportunity for you to do something else other than the usual seminar slot. Be careful, however, just because you are doing something different that week and not having a regular seminar does not mean that it's a week off. Here we have a look at the assessment methods, weightings and timings of the various assessments you are going to be completing during this module. The main message from this slide is that there are lots of pieces of assessment and you need to know what is required and when these tasks are going to happen. This next slide picks up some of the detail which will be included in your personal development portfolio, which you will submit at the end of the module. Although there seems a lot of assessments associated with this module, they are spread over the whole year and each and every one of them is a fairly small piece of work. This separates this module from most of the modules you will be studying, where you do one or two rather significant pieces of work as opposed to many small pieces. This module we refer to as a 30 credit module. During your year you will complete 120 credits of study. This normally equates to 8 15 credit modules. So this module is a double module which lasts for the whole year, not merely one semester. A couple of housekeeping issues here. You will find the best way to contact staff is via email. You should use your University of Westminster account and you should make it clear what message you are trying to convey. The university has a junk filter, and if you do not label your messages clearly, it may well end up in the recipient's junk box, in which case it is unlikely to be seen. Blackboard is the virtual learning environment used at the university. You will quickly become familiar with Blackboard and work out what information is stored there, how you access it and how to get the best out of the Blackboard site. Do spend a bit of time in your first week or so just understanding what can be done with Blackboard. You should be able to access Blackboard from anywhere, which includes operating from home. So again, work out what you can obtain from the Blackboard site when you are at home. Here are a series of dates to put in your diary. This is certainly something you will come back to later, and certainly are not expected to remember all the detail of this. So here's some of the things you're expected to know about, and here's some more for those events which are going to happen after Christmas. There is a module set text, which is Gallagher's book, which is available from Marylebone Books on the podium of the Marylebone Road site. You're strongly advised to buy this book. We will be referring to it in seminars. You will be expected to read and to be able to comment on what you have read in the text. You will benefit from having this text, and it's better to buy it sooner rather than later. Please note the change of colour of these slides. You will find that this red coloured slide is for information all about assessments on the module, and later on you'll find white slides are about things you have to do, but more about that later. This whole section you need to look at later. Make sure you've got a handle on the detail of what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. You will quickly realise that during this module the assessments cover a whole range of different sorts of assessment. First of all, you will be carrying out weekly activities. These start, as the slide says, on Wednesday the 28th of September. And most weeks there will be an exercise which you should complete, and these add to the marks you will receive for the module. A second form of assessment will be you will be given an assessment in Excel at the end of October. If you're not happy with spreadsheets, spend a bit of time going through the help which is available to you. There is an online guide which will steer you through the various exercises and various skills you need to acquire in Excel. Where is this guide to be found? You've guessed it, it's on the Blackboard site. You will also be giving a presentation to your other seminar members. Again, more detail, and this is something we will pick up later. You will also be doing a report. You will also be participating in a debate. You will also be conducting submitting a reflective essay. That's after Christmas. You will also be carrying out a multiple choice test. So you can see from this you will be assessed on a whole variety of different skills in a whole variety of different ways. Now, while this sounds rather a lot of work for you to submit, remember this is a quarter of your first year's study. A note on handing in of coursework. A bit more detail which you will come back later. However, you do need to be aware of how and where you submit your work, and make sure it's submitted in good time. You will quickly be aware that the penalties for handing in your coursework late are, to say the least, brutal. Please do not hand in work late, because the chances are you will not receive any marks for it, and that is a sure way to fail the module. So please make sure you're aware about when assessment deadlines are. This slide is about Turnitin, which is the plagiarism detection software used by the university. We will pick up on this later, and the whole issue of academic integrity will be covered in one of the seminars, but we do regard this as an important element of how you go about studying. Each week you will be asked to prepare something for the following week's seminar. For this week you should buy the module set text, read chapters 1 and 2. We will pick up on this in next week. Next, have a look at the online Excel material. See how familiar you are with Excel and how confident you are that you can actually cover this material. If you can, please complete the Excel exercises, complete the Excel quiz on Blackboard, which I hope you do not find too difficult. Finally, have a think about communication. What do we mean by communication? If you communicate with somebody, what does this actually mean? This is a theme we will be picking up on next week. That will do for now. So that is the end of this movie. Thank you.